Hi guys, in this video I am going to show you how to work on the SAS application. So here you can see I make the folder about the SAS practice. In this folder you just need to create an HTML page. Here we need to add the template. It's a demo template, so I'm just using the header and I'm working on the SAS. So actually the SAS is the server side, you can say that the last server side cascading style sheet. So about the SAS, it means that you need to understand about the serverless cascading style sheet. So now this video I'm teach you each and every parameter about this SAS framework. It's about the style framework, and you can use it for your enterprise application. If you want to create a web application and you want to add this some styles in the parameter form, so you need to use this framework about the SAS. So here I'm just creating the button. So you can see we have an header parent element. In the parent element I'm just creating the button about the submit and h1 heading. So now you just need to create a div. In this div just need to create the class, the contact, and the uh, contact we need to create another button. So we are using the multiple buttons in my DOM. So here you can see we have another div below the button. So here we have a class about the info, and h1 heading, it's about the, you can see it shows an heading into the contact div. So I'm just creating an header, and inside the header I create an contact. So what should you need to do? That you need to separate your div. So this is our info. So I'm just changing the title, it's about the SAS. For you. So now you just need to add an extension. So we am going towards into the extension and search it here about the size SAS compiler. Now here you can see live SAS compiler is the best, which is the real time shows the changes on the pages and styles. So I have installed it, and now I'm installing again. So here you say you click just install button. Compile SAS or SCSS to CSS at real time with live browser reload, right? Next thing, you just need to create another folder about the style. So here I'm just creating the new folder. It's called style. In the style folder you just need to create the style.scss. You need to add an extension. When you use the CSS you just need to add the CSS, but now we are using SCSS. So this is the super cascading style sheet. So SCSS. Here I am just adding the header. This is the type selector. So we are using the property about the background light blue. It works, I think. So it's causing error because I forget to add I think background n. You just need to add the n, the background, so it removes the error, right? It's an actual property of CSS. So light blue. And the next thing you just need to, you can see this, we are creating this CSS. So here we have a watching. and watching will make the two types of styles, style.css and style.css.map. You just need to link your style.css so it optimize all the SCSS. So here we have hyper reference style.css. In the next tutorial you just need to go to the live server, open with live server, and it allows an access. You just created allow access. So here you can add the localhost 5500. It rendered your page. Now you can see the result of my style is applied by the style.scss. So what should you do in the next? We need to use multiple things, but I'm just making the simple style for the div header, display flags, justify content should be centered, and you can see the changes on when I add the SCSS. So you can see it creates a multiple property in the header. So why we need to use the SCSS? You just need to use for this, and it also compatible all the browsers. You can see WebKit, Boxpack, and MS Flags, and justify content. Now I am creating a variable about the primary button. So I just need to change the color of background color of the button. So what we need to do, that we just need to add the property of red, green, blue. Here I am just adding the parameter, so you can see the background button color. If you want to use this primary button variable, so you just need to add this in your value. When you declare the property in the style sheet, you just need to add this variable. So I am initializing this variable, and I just want to add this variable into my header. So what is the side effect for the using CSS? You just need to create the header button and contact button, so you define multiple times of background color. So what should we do, that we just need to coupling this data and reusability. So you just need to add one property about the header, and you declare all your colors in the form of one background property, where I defining the light blue. So you can see that the result is also same when we use the same result for this. So here you can see the value of red, header button and contact button. I'm defining the multiple colors for my button background. So what should you do, that you just need to add a lots of values, but I just want to remove all kind of stuff, and I just need the changes onto buttons. So what should we do, that we just make a single variable for the color and use it anywhere in your file, so you can use it easily. You just define once your variable and you can use it anywhere. If you want a red background color for the button, so you can add this red background button into your property. And now I'm just adding this primary button and primary button. So let's see it works or not. Button. Now you can see we have same color on the same buttons. If you change this button value, if you change the color of this button, so you can see the result also it changed the button color. Here I am declaring another variable about the text color. So what should we do, that we just need to add this text color anywhere, any content, any paragraph. So I am just using the text, copy it and paste it here. So now you just need to add the color property and add the variable which you defined top of this file, text color. So it's so easy, SAS is so easy. You can add this color anywhere, any file. So you just need to declare once and you can add this file anywhere, this variable anywhere, you call it and this variable anywhere. So what should you do, what you need to do, that you just need to learn about the CSS first and then you just move towards on SCSS, because if you don't know about the cascading style sheet, so you are not able to do work on this, because I am just using all the property, it's all defined in the style sheet. Yes, and now you can see the result of this value. So this is the less code. You can see I'm just adding the button into the header, so header will add all the button into this. You can see before and after in the style.css. You just need to understand what happened in the style sheet. Here I'm just adding a single header and I add the button. If you want to add the paragraph and if you want to change all the paragraph content which is inside and which is the nested of header, so you can add it here and it change the look and feel in a particular section. Removing it and just need to add the header again, and you now can see adding paragraph and content paragraph. So you can differentiate it. What is the good thing? I think SCSS is the best approach for using for using and applying for the style on a particular content or a section. You just need to remove this and so I'm just adding the primary button. It is the color of background. And now if you want to add the hover on the button, so you just need to add and hover, colon hover, and background color should be the green. What color you want to use? When I hover it on a button, so it works same as per work on the style. This is the pseudo class. You can add it here. Now you can see the result. Here you can use also the after and many things you can use it. So I'm just using the double colon after. So after and just adding the content here. It's called content, and yes you can. Yeah, yes man, you can. So it add the text onto the after. So now you can see all the button has the text which I added into the after pseudo class. This is the best approach, and if you want to add the focus after before, so you can add it here and you can work on it. So it all the style can be applied on the button by using this pseudo class. Okay, next thing we have to do, that we just need to separate the section of header. So I'm just creating another file. So this is the most important part on this cascading style sheet. So what should you do, that you just need to create the file about the header.scss, and this header part I'm just adding here. And how can I call this file into the style.scs? You just remove this and you just need to remove header and add enter it and I think at the rate, yeah, at the rate import, and add the reference of your file. Yeah, it means that the where your file is here. So I'm just using dot colon forward slash the header and style.css. Yeah, you can add only header because I'm just adding the header. So don't use an extension because you are using the SCSS, so don't forget to add. You just need to remove the extension for the particular header. So now my property has been called into the style.scs. So here you can see the result, so it appears. The next thing, I'm just creating another file about the variable SCSS. All the variables are there in the SCSS. So now I am copying it. You can cut it, yes, and now add this style variables here, and now just call these variables into your style. So you can add styles import, and you can say that this is the style variables. Yeah, so don't be use the extension for the SCSS because server side, right? So it calls automatically, and now you can see the result is appears. You can see all separate files are has been done. So if you want to changes on the header, so you can use this header file, and if you want to changes and if you want to add the variables, so you just need to add the variables into the variable SCSS file. Here I'm just adding the height for the viewport of you can say that height on the viewport. So here you can see this is my height for the viewport, and I'm just adding the align items to the center, and yeah, you can see the result, align items works. So I'm just creating the mixin. What is the mixin and why we need to use mixin? Mixin is used for the function. If you want to call the function, if you want to make the styles and you want to call your styles into the another style, so what should you do? That you just need to create a function. It works like a function. So I am defining here the property name, and this is the display height align items, and I just want to call this mixin into my header. So here we have a display flags justify content center align item center. All the property I just want to add it into my header file. So now you just need to include at the rate include flags center. You just need to use the parenthesis because it's a compulsory when you calling the function, when you invoking the function. So now you can see result, it works. So yeah, here we have a variables and here we have a styles. So I'm just going to create another selector. It's a class selector, the contact div, and in the contact div I just want to call my header flag center. So you can add the flag center. It calls the property where I added here. So now you can see that results works. This code is worked. In the next thing, I'm just creating the parameter for particular flags. So I just want to add the column. So now you just need to create the variable. It's a parameter about the direction, right? So I'm just defining the flags direction, and I add the parameter here about the direction. And when you call this flag center, you just need to pass the value of the direction. I'm just adding the column. So now we can see it works or not. So let's see. I think yeah, that's cool. And here I'm just using also the row. So contact should be looks like a row, and this looks like a column. So now you can see it works. The top of the LOD we learned this is in a column, and the contact form is in a row. So now I'm just passing another parameter called the background. In the background I'm just using the background color, and I'm passing the variable of the background, and background color, background, yeah, that's cool. And now I'm here just adding the parameter for value arguments, you can say red. So red is the defining of the background color, and here also I'm just using the green. So we have a two color types. So what should we do? That we just need to see the result. Background and it's a red color in a header and green color in a column, in a row green color, column has a red color. So what is the result appears on my website? So what should we do? That yes, here we are defining the contact, and here we defining the colors, but let's see it works or not. Now you can see it works, and our column in green and the background is red. So what should we do? That we just need to remove this background because it appears behind the this. Now you can see background of the column is red, and background of the row is green. So this is our mixin. I'm just removing it, also removing it. So I think so I have finished this mixin property, and just adding the background official which we have discussed. This is the gray, hot pink, and style we just need to remove the include, select center, and yeah, that's cool. I just want to add this header also, same to the header. Now we are using the inherited properties, so you can see header it works, but I just extend this header easily using extend header. So all this property of header and all property of header properties coming towards into my contact div. So now you can see it works and my contact field. So here we can see extend header, and background color is indigo. See the result? Yeah, it works. Now you can differentiate it also, it works finally. So here we have using log green. So let's see it works or not. Now you can see it works into my contact info page. So all properties has been applied into my contact style. So here I am just using let's discuss about the algebraic expression for the plus, minus, divide, and multiply. So how can you do that? In this SCSS you can do that. If you want to subtract, if you want to add, if you want to multiply, so you can do that by using anything like a width, height, and anywhere. So here I'm just defining a height 100 VH about the viewport height for the contact info, and I remove it all properties. So let's see what's the result. It's affected or not? No, it's not affected, I think. So here we have a log green. Now just we am using the width 100 subtracted by the 50. Now you can see the result. I subtracted my width into this format. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel. If you have any question regarding this tutorial, you may ask me. I add the separated file, and you can see this is an HTML and style, so I added here. So thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe my channel.